Good morning and welcome to the Primeira channel. My name is Edgar and I will take you with me on a journey through the deep interior of Portugal along the trails of the Trans Euro Trail. After the ACT in 2023, the Trans Euro Trail Portugal seemed like a natural step to me. For company, I brought my PR7 from the Portuguese brand AJP. Known as the Queen of the Trans Euro Trail, the AJP has a single-cylinder water-cooled engine with 600 cubic centimeters and a 60 horsepower output. Weighs around 165 kg in wet, and it carries 17 to 5 liters of gas. More than enough for your adventures off-road. What I didn't expect was to get a flat tire just a few minutes after starting.
Yep.
Now, you can imagine what it would be like to climb this trail with a flat front tire. The first test for the PR7 and the new Days TET Enduro Trail XT. Among the many characteristics that I could highlight about the Portuguese, one is, without a doubt, their willingness to help. A few kilometers after the bridge over the Cavado River, I came across an elderly couple who offered to help me, indicating where their son's house was, also a motorcyclist who would help me change the inner tube. For all those wondering what navigation system I have installed on the PR7, let me tell you, it's Portuguese and it's called DMD2, Drive Mode Dashboard 2 by Thork Racing. The base on which the Samsung Active Tab 2 is fixed was purposefully developed by the also Portuguese company One Adventure Off-Road. Proud of these guys. Having started the first day late, and considering the time lost with the flat tire, there wasn't much else to do other than drive to Vidago, where I would have a nice steak and a good night's sleep before a stunning second day. Good morning everyone, and welcome to day 2 of my TET Portugal. My name is Edgar, and you are watching the Primeira channel. At this precise moment, it is a few minutes after 9 a.m. and I am leaving Vidago after a very, very nice breakfast. Wow, just look at this view. It's a fantastic day, sunny, and the perfect temperature for off-roading. After having passed through the Peneda Gerês National Park, you might think that what follows will not be able to compete in terms of beauty, but instead, it keeps getting better and better. The Trans Euro Trail Portugal is basically a route made up of rural trails that total 2,300 kilometers, connecting Turém in the extreme north of the country with the border to the southeast. Depending on each person's ability, it can be done on big trail bikes, but I recommend doing it on lighter bikes. The AJP PR7 is clearly an excellent option. Do you know what's really great on these long rides on sunny days? Water. Whether for the freshness it provides in these moments or for the tranquility it transmits. Quick lunches and chatting with the local population are what I most recommend to everyone I talk to about these long trips.
Agora isso para quê?
Isto é para fazer filmes. Eu gosto de andar de moto, eu gosto de filmar as paisagens.
E você vai filmando, agora já filmou a mim.
Agora filmei assim um bocadinho.
Vai é para depois pôr na internet.
Também é depois.
Unintentionally and without expecting it, I ended up receiving a lot of wise advice in this brief conversation. The best thing I take with me from these long trips is, without a shadow of a doubt, the experiences with the people I meet. And still on that, let me tell you something. After many group and solo trips, the last ones are always the ones that allow us to be more receptive to those same contacts. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the third day of Trans Euro Trail Portugal. As you can see, the weather has changed. To be honest, we are now in January. 2,300 kilometers are a lot of kilometers and a lot of days when you have a family and a job. Therefore, I decided to do the TET in stages. Even though this weather is the best for off-road riding, it makes everything a little more dangerous when you go alone. Even though the route takes us along many practically abandoned paths, fortunately we still cross many villages. It is advisable to moderate speed and put everyone's safety first. I didn't come across a single motorbike in the 4 days I navigated sections 1 and 2 of the Trans Euro Trail, even though I did it on the weekend. Sometimes we can feel very alone in some of the places we go. Of course, a little sun would help that feeling go away. I wasted no time and went looking for vitamin D in the highlands of the Leomil mountain range. What a fantastic experience, riding over the clouds in an unparalleled scenario. Although most of the trails are accessible, every now and then, you might get this authentic Sir David Attenborough feeling. In the middle of the bushes. And don't forget, between mountains, rivers, and forests, a 12th century monastery could always appear just around the corner. Good morning, fellow travelers. It's 8 a.m., my name is Edgar, and you are watching the Primeira Milha channel. Welcome to the fourth and final day of this solo trip along the Trans Euro Trail Portugal. We are still in the north of Portugal, near Lamego. At this moment, it should be 10 degrees Celsius, a perfect temperature, as long as you bring the right equipment. It makes us feel small, doesn't it? One of the things I learned from the experience was to study the terrain well before moving forward. Even though many of these times I end up realizing that it wasn't really necessary. It wouldn't be funny if it were easy and dry, would it? In case you were wondering, yes, the path is this way. More than ever, remember, light is right. It wouldn't be much of an adventure without some wet socks, would it? We are now halfway through the 4th day of this solo adventure, and I haven't had the chance to talk about what I bring with me on these longer trips. In addition to the basic equipment, I travel with Kriega OS 18 soft bags, courtesy of Wearmoto in Lisbon. They are light, fit perfectly into the AJP PR7, and have plenty of space for everything I need. In addition to the necessary clothing for travel days, I always take a 21-inch inner tube, which helped me so much on the first day of this adventure. Fits both wheels. The toolkit has all the necessary wrenches specific to the motorcycle, tire removal tools, a small compressor, zip ties and rack ties, duct tape, spare spark plug, chain spray, and anything else that may be needed. To all this, we still have to add the drone, cameras, and respective batteries. Last but not least, it is important to note that there are connections made by tar. Few, fortunately, but many of them, of such beauty that it does not have any negative impact on your journey. And that's all, my fellow travelers. This ends 4 days of adventures and stories to be told later. It was a pleasure to have your company on this exciting journey. If you liked it too, click the like button and subscribe to the channel. I hope to bring you, in 2025, the remaining kilometers of the Trans Euro Trail Portugal. See you all soon.